Well, what's up, my bros and broesses? How y'all doing tonight? This is Carpo coming at you from the Backyard Chill. The Backyard Chill Zone. Might be able to actually make out that tree. It's, you know, it's funny how... Oh, actually, when I came out here, I just stepped outside for a minute, pulled my phone out of my pocket, and I started filming, and I thought I'll just make a video, but I didn't really have a subject, and sometimes the subjects just come to me, you know? I was sitting here looking at this tree thinking of how it's going to come out on this film, and I was thinking, you know, it was just yesterday that we were watching these, my son, he's 5, he's obsessed with tornadoes, and he watches Storm Chasers, and he's always watching YouTube videos about tornadoes. And we were talking about how, you know, even the craziest tornado on the biggest TV is just nothing. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be near an F4 or F5, just like watching some 2-mile-wide monster rip through town. I mean, no amount of television, no amount of reading or you know, even some IMAX experience is going to put you there, because you have to see it. And it's the same way with even lightning. Even one bolt of lightning, it looks pretty cool on TV, it looks cool on a video, but it's nothing like being there in a field while you watch a bolt of lightning hit the ground. And so I try to remember that all the time. I remember hearing Manly Hall talk about how he said something like, you could spend a lifetime researching Egypt and you wouldn't learn as much as just spending a week there. And I think that's true for so many things, you know, when we really experience them. So when we look at the TV and we see disasters happening around the world, we think, oh, that's sad, and oh, you know, look at that, look at those poor soldiers going through this and that, and not really realizing how big it is. I mean, for a person to go through an experience like, say, being a soldier. You know, my father fought in Vietnam, and it, you know, devastated him. And I've seen people become, you know, completely twisted by war because they see it on television, they see it in movies. They get all excited to sign up and think, I'm going to go out and fight for my country. And next thing you know, they're really there. There's bombs going off. And when you're there, I mean, in other words, no amount of watching television and seeing things happen is going to really put you even remotely close to understanding it as a person who's actually been there in that situation. It's just like the rich man never understands what it's like to go back and take pop cans back for a pack of stale geese or, you know, a gallon of milk. And a little bit of humility, I guess, goes a long way in realizing that even though we are digitized, even though we have all these things at our fingertips and all these different, you know, access to all these things that we can see, you know, we're still limited by that little square box that we're seeing it on, or device that we're seeing it on. The only real world that matters is the world that we're living. The world that matters the most, I should say, is the world that we're living right here within our own lives. And it's easy to get distracted. There's a lot going on in the world. So when we put ourselves out there, we tend to become more exposed to it. A lot more happens. The more risks you take, the more likely you are to have a problem. But you know what? Those problems are hurdles that have to be overcome to be a better person. So I'm going in because it's cold. So peace and love, everybody, and have a great night.